Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Bit of a special treat this morning. I'm on the Ryker this morning. So I'll take it out for a ride. It hasn't been ridden for about a week or so. Wife's been a bit busy with work and everything else, so I'll take it out, give it a bit of a spin, and let you have a bit of a look at it. I rode it a few months ago, but I haven't done a video since then, so I thought good time to take it out now. We'll have another ride on it. We'll have a bit of a, we'll stop over somewhere, we'll pull over and have a look at it, have a bit of a walk around the bike, give you a look at it, talk about some of the specs on it. Not a bad day on the Gold Coast today, so there may be a bit of rain coming, so I might as well jump out now, get the ride in, see how it all goes. So far, so good. So I've got the chin mount camera on today, so hopefully you can see what I see. As we said, the Rykers are a fairly easy bike to ride. And I might have said in the video before, it's a bit like riding a jet ski on wheels. It sounds a lot like a jet ski. This is a 600 as well, so it's obviously this is a LAMS approved Ryker. As in Australia, we have to ride on a LAMS license for nearly a good 2.5 years before you can go for your full license. Beautiful in that sunshine. That'll be a nice crack of a day again. So I'm just going to pull in here, show you some of the features of the bike. Shows you how easy the bike turns on a dime. Kill switch. Park brake on. That's what the beeping is. There we go. Alright. So I'll give you a quick look around the bike, guys. So this is my wife's bike. So this is a Ryker 600. So this is a LAMS approved bike. Like I said, in Australia you have to have a LAMS bike. In Queensland here it's transport and main roads. They have a list of all the approved motorbikes and bikes you can ride, and this is one of them. So being a 600, it's all legal, which is great. So my wife bought this a few months back, so there's a few features which were already on the bikes. This little carry case, this was on here. Normally this you won't see this here. This has been put on. Bar and mirrors are all common for most Rykers. Most Rykers do have them. And basically, again, pretty straightforward machine to ride. Basically you have throttle. There's your foot brake, which is adjustable. To adjust your brake, you just lift on the pad up here, and there's a latch under here. You can move the foot brake up and down, which is great. When we first got it, the foot brake was actually quite low. It was actually quite hard. You almost had to like roll your foot over the foot pad, but now we've adjusted it. So now it sits an inch or two above the brake, above the foot pad, so it does make it much easier to ride. Again, it has auto cancelling indicators. The windshield actually came as an accessory that was already on the bike, which was great. And as you can see, pretty stock standard at the front. Good suspension, radiator, battery box, fuse box. It's all obviously moulded plastic at the top, so if you obviously, like having you have a bit of an accident, it's going to cause a bit of damage. But again, as long as you ride safe, you're all good. It has 2 gears, forward and reverse. So to go forward, this is in the forward position. To make it reverse, crank on this, pull that back to reverse. You can either be on the bike doing it, you can use your foot to push it forward or back. You just push forward, take it forward. And this is the park brake here. So it's engaged. And this is the key. So the key is like a little electronic key for the Ryker. So basically take off the key, the bike won't go anywhere. And it says it does have a pre-set spring load adjust, which you can. So to adjust your spring load, you need a what's called a C-spanner. So a speed spanner just goes around there and you can adjust. It's got about 5 cranks you can adjust it to. And brake wise has 3 disc brakes, 2 at the front, 1 at the rear. So it's got plenty of stopping power. And again, basic controls. They have lights, indicators, horn, kill switch, start switch. I'll run through the start sequence for you when I jump back on. One thing we have put on her bike is this riser. This is a 2.5 inch riser. These are from Rock's risers. This was great. What it does, it just pushes the bars back a bit forward. I found my wife was sort of reaching for the bars a bit when she was sitting in the normal position. This is a little latch where you can adjust the bars. When you get to it, you pull up this little latch. You can slide the handle either forward or back a bit. But they weren't coming back quite far enough. So these little Rock's risers, we got these from a company in Australia. And yeah, brilliant. She loves those. It makes the riding position just a lot nicer, a lot easier for her, a lot more comfortable. Not so much pull on the neck and the shoulders, which is great. And you find gas cap under here, just slide it under there. So fuel. And obviously under here all your electronics. One thing down the track we might do as well is also change the exhaust. This is a stock exhaust that comes with the Ryker. This is actually quite heavy. This is quite a bit. We've seen other people actually change the exhaust out, which I think we might do as well. I think the exhaust, you can buy some nicer exhausts, which just sort of even make the performance a bit better as well. Also gives it a bit better sound from what I've heard as well. So it gets away from that kind of jet ski sound and gives it more of a good motorbike sound. What LAM stands for, it's called the Learner Approved Motorcycle Scheme here in Australia. So unfortunately, I said you're governed by that for the first 2 and a bit years on your licence. But yeah, they're a nice looking bike. They come in a different range of colours as well. You can change a livery. You can buy all kinds of wraps. When you see, watch some of the American videos, you can see what some of the guys over there do to their bikes. They're incredible. They modify everything. They put all the colours. They put on the big speakers on the side here too. They put on new air filters, but we're not going to do that at the moment. We're just happy to have it the way it is. One thing is I like about her bike, it's got the hand guards, which are great. They're a nice little feature. And of course you put on her lovely little skull butterfly sticker. It's a bit of it's as if for pimping out her ride, a bit of modification there. So that's it, guys. That's what the bike looks like. As I said, fairly straightforward to ride. So we'll jump on and we'll get around, we'll do a few laps. And we'll just talk about how it performs. So basically start the bike, plonk in the key. And we'll just jump on the bike. That foot pegs are nice to hop onto. Turn the kill switch back on. Ignition once. Starts to power on. Then basically your dash just shows you P means it's in park. Obviously fuel gauge. Oh, section needs a bit of fuel. Other than that, temperature, pretty straightforward. How many Ks she's done. So basically get the bike going, roll the throttle, hear the click, hit the kill switch, foot on the brake, start her up. There we go, all set to go. So I'll roll down the visor. And again, to get going, pretty straightforward. Just off the park brake. Nice and easy, nice relaxed riding position. And then just roll the throttle down. The throttle can be quite snatchy on Rykers at times. If you just sort of no foot on brake, when you sort of roll the throttle forward, you find it does jump quite a bit. So I always find just keep your foot on the brake just a tiny bit to get the bike going. And then once you've got that, away we go. So let's go and we'll do a few laps. To get a Ryker license, it basically go through the same as a motorbike license. You do your learner course on the way. It's a 2-day weekend course. Do your learners. So once you've got your learners, then you can actually go and get a Ryker if you like. But if you don't go down the motorbike path to get to Ryker, what you have to do is there's all kinds of, you need a special exemption to get a Ryker license if you don't go down the motorbike path. So if you're not too confident riding a two-wheel bike, what you need to do is, here in Queensland, you need to get, again, we have to get medical exemptions from a GP. They've got to sign off all these forms to say, yes, you can ride the bike. So once you've got that approved, it took my wife about probably 5 to 7 days to get it approved when it went to TMR. So once that's all approved, then you can go down, you can book in for your licence, and then do your 2-day course. So she follows the exact same course that I do on my motorbike. She'll do exactly the same. You do a 2-day learner course on your learners for 3 months, then after your 91 or 92 days, then you can go and do your the open course, which he's going to do in a couple of weeks, and then basically she can ride without no oil plates, take those off, which is great. The uptake hasn't been as big as I think they'd hoped. Obviously in America, when you watch it, there's tons of these in America, there's videos everywhere. They seem to be a lot more popular in the US, but here at the moment, yeah, not so much. So they haven't sort of taken off quite as much as they'd hoped. But you never know. I think by the way, again, the fuel prices being worldwide, it's becoming quite expensive to own cars. So this could be a good option of transport. These are really nice bikes. If you're not too confident on two wheels, then this is obviously a good option for you. Even if you do get your motorbike license and you find maybe motorbiking isn't what you're after, absolutely. I mean, go down the path of a Can-Am. Look at the Rykers. There are different models. There's a Spider version. Obviously, like everything, the more you pay, you get more premium stuff on the bikes. But no, this is a fun way to get around. It really is. It's quite good. You can't go sort of too far wrong. But definitely having the brake up a bit higher was good. It was just too low. It felt like you had to roll your foot across the footpad down there to try and touch the brakes. But now we've just adjusted that, and that's really nice. That's great. Really good. But yeah, very easy to ride. Again, just a simple roll of the throttle. And away you go. It's a nice, relaxed way of riding. It sort of takes the pressure off trying to worry about whether you use front brake, rear brake. Again, your gears, using your clutch, downshifting, upshifting. So it is definitely a nice way to get around. And for my half, I guess she enjoys it because it just sort of something we can go and do together. We can go out and about, and it just sort of takes all the stress out of trying to ride. She can just focus on the road. And like I said the other week, I mean, riding is about being comfortable, and obviously the more you ride, you get more comfortable, and it makes the riding a lot more enjoyable. So we're just in the 60s zone at the moment, so we'll roll on up into 80k zone soon, and we'll show you the pickup. Oh, no, we won't. We're going to stop at the lights. But again, brakes are good. Having 3 disc brakes there, this machine stops pretty quick. It is good. There's no qualms with stopping. Again, just roll on the brake to stop, roll off the throttle a bit, and then away you go. So we're just going to turn left up here. And again, for the people who are not too confident riding a two-wheeler, these are great. Again, come to a corner, all you do is apply the brake, just roll off the gas a bit, push that handlebar, turn the bike, and it turns on a dime. They are a nice bike. I mean, me personally, I still prefer the two wheels. But again, for people who again just want a bit of variety, or would again like to do that, I guess have the motorbike experience without having the two wheels, and yeah, these are certainly a great option. But I hope you enjoyed that kind of video this morning, guys. So it was only short, but I'll just sort of give you a quick look on what it's like to ride the Ryker. I did a video a while ago and got some pretty good views, so I thought I'll do a few more. Just sort of be out and about, talk a bit about it. But I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it gives you a bit more of an insight into what the Rykers are like to ride, and again, how they handle, if there's something you think you might get into. As we say, look, you're a long time dead, so you only live once, so might as well go out there and enjoy life. But yeah, thanks for coming along for the ride, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. So hope you guys have a great rest of your Sunday, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Take care, and we'll have a few more videos coming up soon. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, like and subscribe to my channel. It always helps. The support's been great so far, so thank you so much. And have a great day. We'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.